in the course of all this, going to each other's house, living life together, we actually became best friends. I realized that David was my best friend. And if you have a message like the gospel, and you're sharing that with a Muslim, you're basically asking them to give up their lives. You're asking them to give up everything. If they don't know they can trust you, they're not going to hear what you have to say. Relationships are critical for sharing the gospel. I'm not saying street preaching doesn't work. It does work. I do it. But that's not the primary mode God has intended for us to reach the world. It's through love and relationships.
And over the course of time, because we spent so much time together in pursuit of truth, we became best friends. I ended up being one of the groomsmen at his wedding. I was there when his first child was born. All of this time I spent with him, becoming closer to him. And in that, I knew that David would take a bullet for me. And when you can trust someone and they share the gospel with you, it makes a huge impact.
I realized that people simply hadn't thought about their faith, and my conclusion ultimately was there must be no substance behind the Christian faith. So I saw it as my duty to share true monotheism with Christians who didn't realize they were polytheists. That's how I felt. And so I would share Islam with whoever would listen. The first time I encountered a Christian who actually was prepared with answers to these kinds of questions was in college. His name was David.